Legend of Zelda, ancient stone tablets, blah 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 blah. Yes, we know about all this by now. As we begin Chapter 3 in Link the Hero's house here, I really hope he doesn't mind me using his bed, we are treated to yet more music from the Ancient Stone Tablets original soundtrack. And yes, we have the big bag, which we can produce from Hammerspace at any time we like. As has been mentioned previously, we get the ocarina for free in this game. We don't have to go out finding a bloke playing it and steal it off him. Although that would be a rather fun quest, I think. But never mind that for now, because we have a pair of worn-out gloves. These allow us to pick up one lightly coloured stone per screen. They're a bit like the Legend of Zelda blue candle in that respect. And we are going to need them to access the next dungeon. But first, we shall head over here. Because there is a secret pit, and from it we can get the first piece of heart in this video. This game is awfully generous on the furries, isn't it? Here is a hookshot puzzle. It's not that difficult. And we have the piece of heart that I just mentioned. Just bang into the wall to celebrate there. Yes, it wouldn't be a Harry Yack video without a bit of failure, would it? Up here, we have the dude playing his flute. Yes, it's not the ocarina, it's the flute, indicated by the fact that it is green. And you can talk to him, but this serves no function in this game. It's just there for eye candy. Now we know that exists, it's time to seek out the next stone tablet. Clear off, bird! These things. I don't have time to pick up 5 rupees. And that thing stuck in the grass gives us a heart. Isn't he so kind? Gotcha! Those birds are too unpredictable. Forget them though, because here is the first dungeon of this video. I did say in the previous part that the dungeons get a bit more difficult here. This one isn't too bad, but the next one is a killer. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to it. Oh, I hate those Helmasaurs. But at least he gave us a furry, which is actually no use. Oh well, we'll trek on. Just hookshot over here and use the hammer to access this room. Here is another key boomerang puzzle thingy. And the map. Yay. Loot this area, check where we are, and then hookshot back across. We can now continue in the dungeon. Oh, nearly fell down the pit there. You might have noticed that on this floor, we didn't have to find any secrets. That's because they become a little bit more sparse as we progress. And if you're missing them, there's one in this room, and you'll see that in just a sec. Just get rid of these blasted skeletons. Ooh, 2 for 1. This one is rather cryptic, but it's not going to fool us, because we have done a preparatory playthrough. Ha ha ha! There is a walkthrough available for this game, and that is located at zeldalegends.net, which I thoroughly recommend. I did use that for pointers, but only after I'd recorded, just to see if there were any bits that I missed. And oh yes, there certainly were! And this is where the people who thought this was a 100% playthrough switch off. For those of you still with us, there's still plenty of fun to come, such as this room. where I will get cheesed by the fire stick in that corner there. Now, this block puzzle you're just seeing now, it looks harsh, but isn't really. You just push blocks and inevitably get through, as we just did. Secret room alert. And get hit by the bomb blast. The map seems to show that this dungeon is a bit more intricate than the previous, and that's correct. But, once again, it's not too difficult. Can you guess what we have to do here? Well, it's the same as we have done in the previous 2 videos. Oh, I'm actually pretty proud of myself for that fantastic maneuver. Get out of my way, skellies! You're wasting my time. Die! Ah. Now, that switch there seems to indicate that either we're gonna get the Cane of Samaria in this dungeon, or that we have to drop a block down from the above floor. Secret room there. I'd guess it's the latter. In fact, I know it's the latter, because we do not get the Cane of Samaria until the last dungeon. Yes, I've already played through the whole of this game. Efficient, aren't I? Enough mucking about with side quests. We need to find a way to get up to the next floor. Otherwise, we may be stuck here forever. Just like one of those thieves. Really feel sorry for those blokes. Stuck down here with no television or radio. They have to put up with the telepathy of Agina and Sarsrala. Well, I tell you, it'd drive me mad. Luckily, the youth only has to put up with it once a week, notwithstanding rebroadcasts, of course. Just stealthily avoid those spikes. The skill. Aha, speaking of thieves. He seems cheery enough, but what's he gonna do with all those rupees? Hopefully pay Agina to shut the heck up. Just eat another furry that we do not need. Who goes around eating furries anyway? Furry cakes, on the other hand, are an altogether different matter. Oh no, I've made myself hungry again! Oh, and by the way, here's the solution to the switch puzzle. It's just like the Ice Palace in Link to the Past. Only this is more simple, and you do get stuck a little bit there, but it's no problem. For those of you listening to this video in the background while you do some work or something, amazing stuff is happening! No, I'm not just pointlessly killing enemies that you do not need to. Rather, we've just picked up a bazooka! Oh, we're gonna have some fun with this. Nah, only joking. Made you look. And if you actually are watching this at work, say hi to your boss for me. And if you're watching at home, say hi to your dog, / cat, / parrot, / snake for me. Although I don't really know who'd have such a strange creature as a pet. Probably the same sort of person who watches Harry Yack playthroughs. Oh, the magic bee is back! I have to admit that I, like most people, didn't make much use of the bees in Link to the Past. And that's because, if the bee can keep up with me, they were only sold in one place, if I remember correctly, and that was deep in the Dark World, a place now known as the Shield Shop. And that's because it also sold a replacement shield in case your original went missing for whatever reason. This actually happened to me once while I was playing Link to the Past. I was completely dumbfounded because I had yet to find this place, and I was panicking. I thought, where the heck am I gonna get another shield? think I must have played about 20% of the game before I realised there is indeed a place where you can get replacements. Thankfully, this game isn't as brutal as I remember Link to the Past being, at least when I was 15 years old, or probably younger. Yeah, it must have been far earlier than that, because I think it took me about 10 years to complete this. I went back to complete Turtle Rock and the last, 2 to 3% of the game, when I was about 18. Yeah, pretty sad, isn't it? And now, a thing for lazy bones is, you don't have to trek all the way down the stairs, you can just throw a bomb off. Ha ha ha. Time saving is lovely, although we still have to walk over here to place a bomb for the secret room. Which contains plenty of cash. Yeah! Pity that bee can't destroy those fire fairies. We're actually going to be hit by those a few times before the video is out. I should have remembered that you can turn them into actual real furries, the ones that benefit you, by spraying the magic powder on them. But I was in too much of a rush, wasn't I? Where have you been, bee? I've missed you. I've had to kill about 20 enemies by myself. Oh, useless. I should sack you on the spot. But I'm in too much of a good mood. Because we have the Orangina shield. You know, when you've been tangled. When you have the old and rusty shield. Yes, orange wasn't a very advisable colour. And guess what? If you forgot to hit the switch, then you're screwed and you have to walk back. But thankfully, I remembered. Now, if we time this right, we can trap the spikes. Haha, there you go. Nah, 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 you can't get me. I sense the pungent aroma of a boss. I wonder if we can keep our bee up until that point. First, we shall restock, just in case. Because we now have to light these torches to progress. Yes, down there is surely the boss. We'll get a cheap shot in. Haha! That never hits them, surprisingly. Ah, we will not fall into the boss's room, rather the one below. Deep breath. And here we go. Ah, sand. It's Lawnmower, isn't it? Oh, this is gonna be easy peasy. I'm so glad they decided not to use that caterpillar thingy, at least not for this dungeon. We may see it soon, although hopefully not, because that was the most annoying boss in the whole of Link to the Past. More annoying than all the Dark World bosses, even Ganon. Ugh, the bee has no effect on those things. It's just trying to fly around them to annoy them, but it's not working. They're still hitting me, even though this is like the easiest boss battle in the history of Link to the Past. Or at least the ancient stone tablets. But one has been defeated. 2 to go. And now 1 to go. In fact, no. That is it. We must have killed 2 at once. Stone tablet is ours. Does this stone tablet have some kind of significance? Well, the answer is no. So, youth, you might as well go home now. And I don't know why Agina sounded like a public schoolmaster there. Moving on, we have a secret place to enter. Unfortunately, it does not have a piece of heart, but we get some rupees. Which is the next best thing, I suppose. Whoa! Oh, I didn't know I dropped 2 bombs there. Yay! 100 rupees. I can now retire. Actually, 100 rupees is quite a treasure. Certainly... Oh! Blasted bird! It certainly isn't as bad as that particular chest that you can get in Turtle Rock Dungeon that has 1 rupee in it. course, it's a trap to lure you into those annoying laser eye thingies. And that's nothing to do with laser eye surgery, though it could be. I don't know, do they use those in laser eye surgery? You may have just noticed that we cannot head to the east there. The King of Hyrule has had that way blocked. He's had a large wall built. Die! Yes! Perhaps the most annoying dungeon is coming up, but I nearly forgot about this area. Let's see what's down here, shall we? Well, nothing. They expect you to know to bomb the walls by now. And we shall. It's an easy piece of heart. Thank goodness for that. Yes, the next dungeon should come with a health warning. Haha, the bird can't see me. Ha ha ha! What's this guy up to? Oh, we received 300 rupees. Wow, these thieves, considering they're supposed to be bad guys, are very kind, aren't they? Better still, in his back room, he has a piece of heart. Small puzzle here, it's not too difficult. But maybe he was giving me those rupees to put me off going into his back room, because he wanted to keep that piece of heart for himself. Although, I don't know what he'd do with it. Maybe it's part of a cow's heart, and he was gonna eat it for his tea. Well, sorry for stealing your meal there, but needs must. And who cares about thieves anyway? Blight on society. Mind you, by stealing his stuff, we're just as bad as him. But forget that, because this is only a video game. Fairy fountain with a secret area. More work to do for our piece of heart. Well, I guess we were spoiled by how easy it was to get the previous one. There's actually nothing else in this vast expanse that is the desert, other than the entrance to our next port of call. And here we shall get the... hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6th stone tablet! Yes, I have learned to count since the previous part. Well, the first part of this dungeon will be made more bearable by the fact we have another tune from the original soundtrack here. And, like all the others, it's superb, isn't it? That exit, by the way, is pointless. Must run away from the Christmas puddings! On the subject of the original soundtrack, it must be noted that the guys at the aforementioned ZeldaLegends.net are working on a full English voiceover for all 4 of the parts. Now, it's a difficult task, and I guess they're having some problems syncing it up with the actual ROM, but much progress has already been made. So, get on down there and check out the preview files that you can download for free. And I thoroughly recommend it. What? That should have worked! Blast! Now we have to put up with these bar stools for a few more seconds. Well, one of them gave me a heart, so... I guess they're not all bad. Like my aim. Jeez. 300 rupees. I'm rich. Or rather, slightly richer. We must... Oh, yes. I'll just show you that there is no piece of heart down there. Yes, pointless. However, there are 3 entrances to this palace. Which one to enter? Well, they all kind of take you to the same place, and it doesn't really matter, though I get lost a couple of times because of it. But that's more through my own poor game playing skills than anything. Up there, you can see a puzzle, which will be our undoing later. Well, not really our undoing, but a minor annoyance. As you can see, the door there is closed. What do we do to open it? Step on this, of course. And we can go through it now. But what's that I spy? A chest. Duh. Was it really worth getting hit by the fire furry for that? Aye. I used to hate the Eastern Palace for those weird things that used to come up from the ground, but thankfully, you don't see much of them in this game. Why am I selecting the bug-catching net? Who knows? But we can hookshot over here for 40 rupees. How do we get back, you ask? The answer is we don't. But we can jump down here to get more fantastic rupees. And this room is unguarded. We will not collect all of these, because I don't want to waste your time. And we are magically back here. Now isn't that great? As is this pot, where we can get free fairies. No key. But remember to check under all the pots. As I've already said, because there might be stuff you've missed. Now this room looks hard, but it's actually quite easy. In all my playthroughs of this, I've never been hit. Just get out of there as soon as possible and don't waste your time with the enemies. Ah! Blasted skeletons throwing their bones at me. I wonder if they do that for long enough, they will disappear completely, having used up every single one of their body parts. Well, I guess they are magical, but by that token, why couldn't they magic themselves a new body? Oh well, I guess they enjoy being dead. Here I demonstrate something I never realised for ages. You can hit the pots with the hammer to destroy them. You just get stuck underneath the stairs. Out of my way, jelly boys. I guess everything in this game is made of jelly. Aha. More use for the hammer. Why does it have to be so picky with the spikes? Oh, brilliant! It's this room! Well, you might as well go and watch something else for the next 5 minutes, because this is not fun. Well, I don't know why I had so much of a problem with this, because it's very simple, and on my first playthrough, I never had a single problem with it. But for some reason, my aim was off here, so... Oh my goodness, look at that. And just to top it off, I dropped 2 bombs at once. Again. I'm such an incompetent boob. Oh my goodness. The worst part about it all is that we forgot to get the key. Best to pretend that never happened. Although, who the heck am I kidding? It affected me for the rest of this video, and for that I apologize. I suppose mistakes make things more realistic. I mean, nobody goes through life without making them, do they? It's just that some make more than others. And I'm one of them. Clear off! You may remember in a previous part, I said that this game was a watered-down version of Link to the Past. Well, I'd like to revise that comment, as we just get hit again and again by the fire fairies. I'd prefer to call this Link to the Past Light. Not in the sense of the soft drink industry, you understand. Because that stuff is all a great big con to make you buy their products while you're on a diet. What next, eh? I suppose they'll be selling stuff to us in our sleep. No doubt they're looking into that as we speak. But it doesn't bear thinking about, so let's continue with our alternative opiate. Video games. Of course, we've got to check all the pots. before we leave. And nothing there. So let's trek on. Haha, we don't need to kill you! I think this was about the point when I realised I'd missed a room. Just as I thought. Oh well, we'll try and avoid the backtracking as much as possible. For that reason, I attempt to get this, but because the statue puzzle thingy was being annoying, I gave up. Cannot grab hold. No, don't want to place a bomb. You know what? Screw it! I'm out of here. And we're back out here again. Let's try the first entrance. We're in a different part of the dungeon. But we're soon in for a world of hurt. Because it will transpire that we did not need to do this. And, oh, I bet you're looking forward to what's coming next. Yes, indeed. Change the subject, quickly! Well, the inventory screen there says that we can actually talk. Though, I've never seen Link, or the character in this game, say a single thing. Mostly people just tell him what to do, and he goes and does it. And evidently, we can also pull, which is quite a feat considering we can't even talk. Oh well. I guess the girls of Hyrule like a guy with a long shiny sword. Well, I suppose that lightened the mood somewhat. Sure, it might have turned the air blue, but forget that, because we are now back on track, even if we are going over the same old ground. There. I might as well get this. Because every rupee counts. And we have to stay on course for our 10,000 rupee goal. Yes, it's a new challenge I've just set myself. Time to run the gauntlet once more, as we attempt in vain to get to the other secret room. The embedded secret room. There's probably nothing in there, so I don't know why I bothered. Oh well, we're here now. Ah, 2 chests. Rupees? And a brand new car, perhaps? 100 rupees. Oh well. I detest those things, because even when you're temporarily invincible, they can still drain your magic. Superb. Well, we did get a full magic decanter there, so I guess I should not complain. Oh, who am I kidding? The whole fabric of Western society is built on complaining. Haha, taste my Master Sword Beam. It's just fun to do that even when it's pointless. Well, it feels like we've been here for ages, but there is still a floor to go. So, we might as well try and make tracks while we can, or we may be in danger of not completing this part. Hello, skeletons. I'll make mincemeat of you with my Master Sword Beam as the slowdown arrives. Can't get me, we're speeding up again now. This room has an ominous feel about it, and indeed, there are some items that we need here, including the red clothes. Of course, red is a naturally more protective colour than blue. That is a well-known fact. Do not question it. Aw, half-price sale has ended. Now I'll never be able to get that new car, even if I have more than 6,000 rupees. Ooh, levitating Beamos. This could potentially be a problem. Ooh. Well, not really. And we're out of here. See ya! not far to go now. And here is the big key. Get out of the way! Clear off! Don't care if I'm taking hits. My score is already ruined. More rupees. Those don't actually mean anything now, do they? Over here we have a quick puzzle. See that skeleton up there? We have to kill him, because he will give us the key to that door there. Just get electrocuted. Because I have the Master Sword Beam, this is easy as pie. But you can still kill him with the boomerang. Haha! Revenge! I see a hookshot area, so let's equip and go! A restock station. Boss coming up, perhaps? Well, we know it is, don't we? Because we just checked the map. But first, the treasure of this dungeon. And what is it? It's the fire rod! We are now fully equipped for whatever the boss may throw at us. But first, here's another challenge. We know you will love them. Light all the torches and fall down the hole to progress. I don't generally recommend falling down holes. And we're through. Place your bets now as to what the boss may be. We just got the fire rod, so could it be Mothra? Well, we're just about to find out. As you can see, he's just below us. If you said Mothra, you're correct. If you said Ganon, you're an idiot. And he's dead already. That wasn't very hard, was it now? In fact, both the bosses in this video have been easy peasy. The next stone tablet is in our possession. Ka-ching! Congratulations! You've just sat through the most arduous part of this playthrough. It's all fun and games from here on in. Probably. Just a quick tip for real life, in case you ever find yourself in the desert. Don't run around as I'm doing here, because you need to conserve energy, of course. And you don't need to be Bear Grylls to figure that out. Well, that leaves us with 18 minutes to get the hard pieces and explore the rest of the area that has opened up to us. We have plenty of time, for example, to slam into walls. Whoa, having flashbacks to Lawnmower Simulator here. The King of Hyrule needs to hire a gardener, methinks. Here's a new puzzle for me to fail on. Well, that bit's correct. But that bit isn't! You fool! You complete fool! You've mucked it up! Wah, 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 wow! And that's how not to do it. Wow, what's it get the... Here's a new puzzle for me to fail on. Thankfully, we get it right this time. After a bit of trying. That's the way to do it. And those of you familiar with the concept of symmetry will easily be able to find out the second part of this challenge, in which we have received a piece of heart. Irrelevant medallion strikes again. Eat dust, grass. Well, I guess that's one way of mowing the grass. Or it would have been if it was cut. Sounds like a good idea, actually. Why don't they invent something that allows you to mow the lawn magically? Well, we might as well get this week's hidden heart piece. We have the shovel. You might also notice we can rent the next level sword though I never do it in the whole of this playthrough. Don't want to go wasting rupees on that. I have a strange feeling I'm going the wrong way here. I have no time for flying fiends. Something tells me I could have saved 5 minutes by using the ocarina. Trust me to go the long way round. After much huffing and puffing, we're here, so let's get digging. And there it is! That was relatively quick. And my feathered friend here will help me find where to go next. Because I don't know. Only joking, because I have obviously planned out every single move of this video. Maybe. Now that we have the fire rod, there is a cave down here that we can access. This is why I advise that you do the dungeons first, because not only have you got these stone tablets out of the way, but you are equipped with items which you may need to get heart pieces, and of course rupees. That way leads back to the castle, so let's run into things pointlessly! Boom! Boom! Ooh! Did not expect that. Ah, it flew off. Blasted furry. They are prone to doing that. Maybe they don't like being eaten. Here's an area we haven't yet explored. This used to be the shop, I believe. And it's now a fairy fountain. And by now, your spidey senses will probably be telling you that's not all that's here. Yep, there's a bombable wall. Kind of par for the course now, isn't it? It requires the hook shot. Excellent! 300 rupees. The highest denomination of rupees available in Hyrule. We might as well head over to the fortune teller's house. I don't normally bother with such things because he's a great big fat rip-off. But for the sake of some variety, let's just see what he has to say about us, shall we? Probably completely wrong. Yeah, well, cheers for that. It was really worth 15 rupees. I'll slam into your ball for that. Must be glued to the table. Here's a little bonus that you may be forgiven for missing. A piece of heart! And that's it now, we've got all the heart pieces in this chapter. Only 4 more heart containers remaining, and they're all obtainable in the final week. Now, this bloke gets around, doesn't he? And he's collected 300 more rupees. And once again, it was a cunning plan to distract us from the 300 rupees he has hidden behind his wall. Well, I guess you've got to speculate to accumulate. But on this occasion, he's speculated far too much, I'm afraid. Fool! Ah, who's this here? He just slipped into the water. I'm not sure how that's possible because there's a mound of dirt there, isn't there? Something very suspicious about that. Now, contrary to what you learn in your health and safety classes at the swimming pool, we're not going to take him to the shore. Rather, we're going to take him under this dodgy-looking bridge. To the homeless bloke. I don't know, maybe he's hiding from Ganon or something. But whatever the case, he gives us a bottle. Ah, well, thanks for repeating that, dude. It's not as if we didn't know. We already have 2 bottles. Ugh. I wonder if we can use the ocarina in the water. No, evidently not. Here? No, we can't use it under the bridge. Birds can't fly under bridges. It's a well-known fact. Well, thankfully, there are shallower waters here, which will allow us to call our magical bird that can pick up 2 people at the same time. Fantastical. Home again, and hey, look! It's the Molio! We might as well take this dude back to the castle first. We don't have far to travel. It's just across this bridge. And yes, just like everybody else in this game who you have to escort, the priest also slams into things at the same time as you do. Jeez, these guys are suckers for punishment. Look where we are. It's Hyrule Castle. Up here is the throne room. And we have to take this bloke up the stairs. Challenge complete. Oh, Father, what did you do to get this wet?
Well, I went to public school.
Geez, 2 mentions for public school in one video. What's the world coming to? Oh look, it's the fortune teller. Hocus pocus. Ah, that's an interesting point actually. This game has a built-in Filofax with information on all the weapons. Because if you remember, there is no manual available. So the game itself has to tell you everything. Hello Zelda, I hope you haven't been getting into any more trouble with those blasted Octoroks. See now, after that incident, she has to have 3 people watching her at all times. Over here is the King! Yes, he makes an appearance in this game. You never actually get to speak to him in Link to the Past, but here, he readily converses. Nothing behind these curtains, I hope. Time to have a super happy fun time with those dumb-ass guards. We'll go and speak to them. The castle seems to be in uproar. I wonder if something happened. Did something happen? I heard you can soar through the sky riding a bird. He's telling us stuff that we already know. And his twin over here does the same.
I heard you can dash if you have the Pegasus boots.
Oh really, Einstein? Thank you for that nugget of information. I've had enough of you. I only have 8 minutes remaining. I don't have time for this nonsense. Now, let's head back to Molio. It's actually a good job we saw him earlier, because it saves us from trekking about like an idiot. Because here he is just behind Link's house. Interesting fact about this mole. His name is Sakayama and he is from Tokyo. Maybe. Well, we're going to blatantly ignore Sakayama and head down here, because there's something we have undoubtedly missed. Let's check it out now. The Funk Soul Brother. Oh, see that? Pure showboating. Swim over here to see if there's any... Those blasted birds. Get it. As I was saying, let's see what's here. The answer is nothing new. Oh well, might as well bird it back. Was that trip really necessary? No. We're now at the water shrine, so it must be around here somewhere. Molio ho holio. He said north, and we are north of it. So where is he? Surely he hasn't thrown himself into that circle of stones, or that C-shaped area. Ah, here he is. And sometimes he just feels like throwing his hands up in the air. He's so pleased to see us. Oh, this is new. Hookshot Cave. I like this. It's a nice bit of variety, which is always fantastic to see. Just get over here, and are there any more? I think there may be one more to get. Where are you? Ah, there it is. We have to hook shot across for the ultimate prize. Actually, it was just 300 rupees again. Hold on a minute. We haven't been up here yet. Oh ho ho, it's a good job I saw that. These will certainly come in handy for that loft conversion I'm planning. Or I would be, if I had a house in this land. I reckon we should steal one. No hidden secrets, so I guess we've looted this place fully. Or have we? Yes, indeed. We have another 5 minutes to kill, so you know what that means. Game time! This week's sideshow you will probably be very familiar with because, as we shall see in just a sec, it is the shooting game from Link to the Past, which was always nice for 5 minutes of time killing. The main difference here is that it's in the light world now, and the weird monster-looking bloke who looked like he would come from the moon has been replaced by a thief. Ah. You lots know the score, and you'll probably be miles better than me at this. I suck, and I've run out of arrows. We'll have another go and try our best to succeed. Ah, I swear I got that one. Bingo! We're on a roll now. Well, the good thing about this new format of the game on the Satellaview is that you can get potentially infinite rupees if you're any good, which I'm not, so let's go and do something else. Actually, come to think of it, there isn't much else to do, so let's have an explore. That's the wrong button, fool. Alright, we seem to have absolutely everything, and are now 2 stone tablets away from making Ganon bite the dust. That's to come in Chapter 4 next week, which I can assure you will be a very intriguing and fun-filled part, much like this one. Just for curiosity's sake, let's see what happens if we backtrack to previous parts' dungeons. Hello there. You don't have time to be wandering around here. Ah, so evidently the thief who lived in that dungeon, or at least was stuck in that hole, has escaped. Oh, I'm so pleased for him. If you remember, we have an empty bottle, so let's fill it with some more gold potion. I still haven't had the opportunity to use this yet, so I guess that's another thing we shall be finding out about in the last part. 2 more special items lie ahead of us in 2 more dungeons. I wonder if one of them could be the silver arrows. We'll also find out what's going on with that Book of Medora. Highly intriguing. On top of all that, we'll hopefully be vanquishing Ganon once and for all. Will the Master Sword, which we will also be collecting in the next part, rest easy once and for all? Well, I'm hardly going to tell you, am I? You'll just have to tune in to find out. We'll just help the king by mowing his lawn, which is a bit of a waste of time because the stuff will grow back within about 5 seconds. And over here is a special dungeon passage, which I don't believe I've had the chance to show you yet. Look at the fantastic palette set there. Nice and pink. My favourite in the whole game. A pity a whole dungeon wasn't coded in it. Oh well, that's the last we'll see of it. What's in this tree? Note. Time's almost up, so we shall try and tire the youth out by running everywhere. Of course, he's got infinite stamina, so that's impossible, as I just get killed by the mine. Aha, the Book of Medora has been found. So, I guess we don't have to go and get it ourselves. Excellent! Less stuff for me to do. Found it in the basement. What, so Link's house has a basement? This is news to me. I wonder if it's the Chris Houlihan room. Oh, well, I would make a smart aleck comment about what they're talking about there, but I can't read it. Something to do with the silver arrows? That's gone now. We've missed our chance. As much as I really like this game, I'm not sure about the colour choices. I can't read that, no! Well, I'm not gonna complain, mostly because I've done enough of that already. And there's plenty more to come in the final part of Legend of Zelda: Ancient Stone Tablets. With me, Brian Blessed! There's the Sanctuary, and that's where we're going to start the adventure next week. As we see the Witch's message for the final time. Bye, Witch! Score time then, and just as I thought, we have done worse. In fact, we've been doing progressively worse as the weeks pass. Wait a minute, did I say that in the last part? Well, a bit of redundancy never hurt anybody much. Ooh, I'd rather not reiterate the amount of hits we took there. Still, at least we never died. So we're still on course for a flawless victory. All that's left for me to say is, see you next week, and don't go playing with those Octoroks. Sayonara!